Hello and welcome everybody. We have the patch notes for August 7th for NAEU 2025. Let's get straight into it. First up, we have the reconfirmation or just update onto the regular patch notes of the Edania pushback to August 21st for us, which will include the 3 Edania main quest lines, 3 new monster zones, 3 bosses, and the Throne of Edana content, and the Sovereign subweapon, Edana's defense gear, artifacts, lightstones, consumables, and more. Then we also just have the, four pictures that we had from the global patch note read. One thing that I've noticed on this one, you can't really see that very well because of the zoom in. Here we can see the, obviously, Enslar. Then we have another Succession Valkyrie, and actually in the background here we have Savior standing there, kind of occluded by the 2 other characters. That was a nice little thing that we noticed a few days later. But okay, let's get started with the characters. So first off, Prime Lava Piercer on the Succession Berserker. Reduced stamina from 250 to 150 again. I don't really know if this was necessary, but we'll see. Falling Rock, they've also improved so you can now hold SF after using a skill to combo directly into the last attack of Prime Predatory Hunt. In Awakening, they've increased the falling speed when activating the skills consecutively while airborne for the Giant's Leap. Ninja and Kunoichi, in both cases, the smoke screen, they've changed the stun debuff to be PvE only. They also changed that the skill combines defensive effects and debuffs from Smokescreen to Ninjutsu Shadow Stomp for Ninja, and Prime Smokescreen hit detection and defensive effects are activated as before. Then we have the Ninjutsu Shadow Stomp. They changed the defensive effects to skills, so it was forward guard before the attack hits. Now it will be a forward guard going into super armor during the skill. If Shadow Stomp is instantly activated by comboing from another skill, super armor will be applied from the start. And then for Kunoichi, the defensive effects of Prime Shadow Stomp have also been changed in the same way. Then Ninja Succession specifically, we have the Succession Ninjutsu Concealment. They've added a new skill, set the skill to auto-activate when using Ninjutsu Concealment in succession. Concealment is not removed when struck during the skill. Debuffs will, however, remove the concealment, so effectively if you get stunned or any other CC, then it will remove it. They've also enabled sprint with W shift during the skill. This is quite huge, especially with the conjunction that the stamina will not be consumed while moving during the skill, but it will also not recover while standing still, and the skill lasts for a whole 5 seconds. Block jump, moving to a clone on your left or right after the skill will apply the Succession Ninjutsu Concealment's effect as well. In the case of Awakening, we have the Shadow Slash. They changed to apply super armor from the skill used through to the end of the attack, and the debuff has been changed from a floating to a knockdown. They've also changed the critical hit increase effect on the skill to be a plus 20 melee AP for 10 seconds. The effect is the same as that on the Seamless skill. Silent Charge, they also changed the duration of the all evasion increase effect from 5 seconds to 10. Kunoichi Succession, Tragic Blade, they changed the stun debuff to be PvE only, and Prime Crescent Slash, they changed the super armor effect before the attack to during the skill. Prime Tendon Cutter, they've added the plus 20 melee AP for 10 seconds when using the skill, and the effect is the same as that of the Prime Crescent Slash skill. In Awakening, Penumbral Blade, they changed the attack motion to activate more quickly. The debuff has changed from a bound to a stiffness, now also in PvP, and the cooldown has changed from 9 to 7 seconds. Chain Crash Sound Chakram, they've improved the skill to now combo into Ghost Step, Moonstorm, and Flow Block Jump during the use. Regular class changes, Berserker Prime Lava Piercer, they fixed an issue with the description of the skill did not mention that the cooldown is reset when comboing into evasive maneuvers or Shake It Off. Also, Lava Piercer and Prime Lava Piercer, there was an issue. After using the skills, comboing into Prime Tackling Rock would always grant super armor on the second activation regardless of cooldown. Lava Piercer, they fixed an issue where you could not combo into the Rabam skill when using the skill with your Iron Buster. Berserker Titan Step, there was an issue with this Titan Step, they fixed an issue where the skill would only activate if you press the F key exactly. Giant Leap, they fixed an issue with the attempt to perform consecutive leaps after activating the skill as a backward leap sometimes failed to trigger a consecutive leap while airborne. Valkyrie's Guard, Divine Ascent, Succession Absolute, Heaven's Echo, they fixed an issue where the all DP increase effect from these skills would stack with all AP increase effects from other characters. Accordingly, they changed the all AP increase effect of Divine Descent from plus 20 to plus 40. Valkyrie Valve Thrust 1 to 3, they fixed an issue where the SP would not recover when using a skill. Valkyrie Promptness, they fixed an issue where the skill was affected by movement speed plus during certain actions. Then we have a small content update, so the total likes for each group chat will be reset during this maintenance. Also, the temporary titles have been handed out for the 90-day periods, according to the channel where they were achieved. Items, they've added the all 50 accuracy to the Sovereign main hand weapons reformed with the Inverted Heart of Garmoth. The item description will be updated to reflect this change during the August 14th maintenance. They've also improved the description of Lightstones in general. This is what we were a bit unsure about in Global. Effectively, it's just an expansion of the information provided. They also changed the name of the crystal group containing Black Magic Crystal Precision, Crystal of Elkar, and Visionary Crystal of Elkar from Ignore All Resistances to Accuracy. They also changed so you get the swimming speed plus 42% set effect even if you mix and match different summer season outfits. The following outfits will trigger the summer outfit effect when any 4 parts are worn. This is now the Coco, El Pento, Mr. Muscle, Shell Bell Shucked, Shell Bell Wipeout, Conch Cherub, Badaka, Ocean Spray, and Summer Getaway. Monster Zone wise, we have Hongland Base being adjusted, so the HP is being reduced on the Sentry Lynx Bandits by 20%, then also on the Sentry Fox and Raccoon Bandits by 25%, and the Sentry Boar Bandits by 30%. Elvia Hexy, they changed so that when Hex Marie emerges, Woodman's Soul will no longer fill up. They've also changed that Hex Marie no longer summons soulless skeleton warriors. They've also reduced the amount of junk loot obtained from the Green Orc Skeleton Warriors from 14 to 16 down to 2 to 3, but the Agris Fever has also been changed from 27 down to 4. Tungred Ruins, they've reduced the HP of the Tungred Ascetic by 10%. Dekia Cadre Ruins, they've reduced the HP of the Void Ensnared Cadre Commander by 20%, and the Void Pervaded Cadre Fighter and Armored Fighter have been reduced by 10% HP wise. Dekia 2 Olans, they've reduced the HP of the Boulder, Rock, and Indomitable Golems by 30%. They also reduced the HP of the Golem's Heart by 20%. Further, with the Monster Zones, they've added the Elvia Rizeklia Monster Zone to the Marnie's Room. You can now enter by handing over a Gem of Void to the Soul Magi at Orze's base. You will automatically be removed from the instance after 60 minutes, and use time will not be recharged for the Elvia Rizeklia instance, and a 5-minute re-entry cooldown will apply after completing the subjugation or exiting. So kind of like Pig Cave. They've also changed the Blessing of the Morning Sun and Moon effects, so they no longer apply to the Black Shrine and Araxian Party matchmaking. That is a bit sad. Quest and Knowledge, they added the Edania Prequest at Velendir Castle at Enulokita. The Society of Equilibrium has been continuing their investigation into Edania, working to uncover the truth behind various rumors from across the land. The requirements are at level 60, and you must have the Gladius Champion title, which can be obtained after completing the Ataraxian Back to the Society of Equilibrium quest. If any character has completed this in your family and has obtained the title, you can immediately begin this pre-quest. The quest NPC is the Black Spirit in the main tab. They've also updated the enhancement tutorial that begins after completing the Serendia the Situation So Far quest to no longer require the use of Advice of Alx items. Note in Conquest Wars, they adjusted the damage of the Watcha and Great Watcha. In Conquest and Node War, Conquest Node War, the damage from the Watcha is minus 19%, while the Great Watcha is minus 23%. In the case of the Node War construction, Watcha remains unchanged, and the Great Watcha is minus 12.5%. They also fixed an issue where the cannon and elephant damage against forts was being applied abnormally in Node Wars in construction mode. They also fixed an issue where the adventurers dealt excessive damage to gates command posts during the Calfian and Valencia Conquest War. They also fixed the issues where the adventurers dealt reduced damage to gates and command posts during the Medaya Conquest. They also fixed an issue where allies appeared as enemies during the Conquest War while in liberation status or Balenos. And they fixed an issue where the character damage was sometimes dealt incorrectly during Node and Conquest Wars. UI-wise, they just added the Elvia or Zekia tag to the Monster Zone Info UI. They also updated the mouse over tooltip for the item drop rate in the My Information P window. Web-wise, they improved the login status to remain active when moving to the support page from the official website, and they fixed the Go to Support button on a failure page to work properly when integrating Pearl Abyss ID verification. And in the UK only, they fixed the support link in the child registration notification email to work correctly. Then, general modification and changes. They removed the repeat Voltarian Lightning Strikes Again from the suggested tab. They also fixed an issue where the HP UI did not refresh, where the Fairy's Miraculous Cheer was repeatedly used when max HP increased due to health XP gain. They corrected a typo in the main quest completion message displayed during the Traveler Dawn that banishes the Darkness quest. They also fixed an issue where the font of the preceding skills appeared enlarged in mount information. Further, they fixed issues after the weekly reset of Black Shrine. Clear records were not saved. Also fixed an issue where when displayed AP was increased by the Blessing of the Morning Sun aura, the resulting extra AP against monsters was not reflected in the detailed stat window. Also fixed an issue of the Adventure Log Ruben Special Training where Ruben's Scarecrow with a matchlock resulted in low damage, making progress difficult. Then we have gamepad mode fixes where the key guide overlapped at the bottom when entering Collection of Tales. Also fixed an issue for the gamepad where view details in the Sovereign sub-weapon crafting UI displayed a different item. Further gamepad, they fixed issues where editing presets was activated when moving from Lightstone inventory tab to the artifact inventory. Also fixed an issue for the gamepad where UI would not appear when moving to the Reforged tab in Black Spirit. Berserker, there's a fix for the Ocean Spray outfit, same for Valkyrie and Mystic. On Guardian, they fixed an issue where the chest area was awkwardly displayed when you customized the minimum size while wearing the Ocean Spray. On Wukong, they had to fix an issue for the Kanabe power pole and hat being displayed awkwardly. They also fixed an issue where certain Reforged stones were displayed multiple times in the Black Spirit Upgrade Reforged menu. Changed the displayed amount of required jewels in the Pen Crow's sealed promotion scroll from 250 to the correct value. They also fixed an issue where skill buffs for certain classes, Musa, Striker, Shy, were not applied during Dark Rift encounters. Fixed an issue where Black Shrine party buffs were ally buffs such as Shy's were not being applied. Fixed issues where the region name would not be displayed when entering the Sakraya region. Also fixed issues where raft, fishing boats, rowboats, and cogs taken out at Quit Island's wharf would appear at Ilia Island instead. That must have been quite awkward. They also fixed an issue where allies appeared as enemies during Conquest War in Liberation. They also fixed an issue with certain horse skills, such as Mystical Doom's Dark Flame Steps, would display the message current mount cannot use this skill. Further fixed issues where death penalty was not applied when dying to monsters other than Ataraxia and Centaurian in the Alveorzek monster zone. They also fixed an issue where the minimap location would display as unknown on certain northern Valencia coastlines. Further, they fixed issues where evasion or damage reduction from the Dawn crystals were incorrectly displayed in the adventurer profile. Gamepad mode, they fixed an issue where you couldn't leave spectator mode in Black Shrine. Further fixes for the item description of the Boss Slayer's Hall reward from Black Shrine. NA fix, there was a fix for the Arena of Solaire Hall of Fame on the Sage and the Lan, and in EU there was a fix for the Witch. Then, as I think kind of in the making up for the Edania pushback, August 7th to August 21st, we have 2 weeks to power up. It is a return of hot time, so item drop rate plus 100%, 1000% combat XP, 400% skill, and 100% life, excluding trading and mount XP as usual. Then we have the Time to Subjugate, Gather, and Fish. This is from August 7th to September 4th. So engage in subjugation, gathering, or fishing to collect the Edania's echoing emblems. With these collected, you can then get the major rewards, 5,000 Cronstones, a Primordial Ancient or Jay's Hammer of Loyalty. You can choose one of them. Advice of Acts 150 to 200. Enhancement Help Kits, Dim Origin of the Dark Hunger, and Artisan Memories. When selecting the Primordial Hammer, there is a bit of an update. Also, simply log in for 270 total emblems between August 8th and September 3rd. And here we have the full list. So here we see Cronstones, the Hammer Box, the different Advice of Alps, Valk's Cry, Artisan Memory, more Advice of Alps, 300 Kaffers, 100 Memory Fragments, Sharps, Dim Hungers, more Valks, Massive Pure Magic. And there is also a weekly exchange for the Dreamy Enhancement Help Kit, Supreme Old Moon Boxes, Ellie's Magical Elixir, and 10 Loot Scrolls, and always available Cronstones. Then we have the Illuminate Your Adventure with Pearl's Blessing. This is a Pearl Shop event as usual, so the Pearl's Blessing is being reset. with a Choose Your Glorious Outfit box, 40% coupon, and the Resplendent Journey box. So if you're going to be spending, now might be a good time to. Overall, you get some extra premium outfits, but the limits are quite high. Talking about the Pearl Shop, we have some okay stuff in it this time, but also some lackluster. So we have a return of shiny coupon on Pearl boxes, which is, well, 10,000 pearls, with blacksmith shiny boxes, so the RNG boxes for everybody outside of Belgium and the Netherlands. Same thing for 20,000 A-coin, 30,000 A-coin. Then we have the blacksmith shiny boxes, the gamma boxes themselves, at 33% reduced for 3 of them, and no reduction on the base one. Then also a 10% reduction on a stack of 20, and a 10% reduction on a stack of 50, and 15% on a stack of 70. To be honest, few people have gotten a lot of stuff from them, but it is RNG. I mean, you're gambling at that point. Blessing of the Old Moon pack, however, 90 days. So this is 50% off. This is quite a big chunk. This is a 90-day value pack, Camasylvia and Old Moon combined. You also have a 90-day value pack itself at 40% off for 2,700 pearls. Blessing of Camasylvia for 40% off. And the Secret Book of Old Moon, also 40% off. Then we have our standard Artisan's Memory pack that they bring out almost every time. The August Adventure Travel Support Kit, which has the Choose Your Resplendent Journey box, Artisan Memory, and some Valks and Hungers. Then we have the Storage Support Kit at 30% off, which is 315 pearls, with 3 Choose Your Resplendent storage boxes. This is available from August 7th to 21st. Then we have the Crystal Support Kit, which is a Crystal Restore coupon. Don't really think it's worth it, even for 460 pearls at 50% off. Then we have a Branding Support Kit for 40% off. And finally, the Resurrection Support Kit, which is from August 7th to 21st. 50% off for 250 pearls for 10 Alien's Tier and 10 Alien's Blessings. A little bit lackluster on that sense, but hey, we're just covering the time until Edania comes out. The hot time should definitely be helping with that, and I'll see you around in video.